Ignar is attacker role with high attack and below average defense stat. Ignar's skill deals 448% normal attack damage to target and nearby enemies, and he gained Lava Judgment 3 turns. Lava Judgment. Start of turn. If enemy is less than 20% HP, execute the enemy. This effect only once each turn. He also grants ally increased normal attack damage. 15%, stack up to 5 stacks, and last 5 turns after he casts his skill. Let's see how Ignar's execute works. Ignar +0. First, we will see how Ignar +0 execute works on Thor +5. Thor +1, when he gets Fatal Blow, will get 3 turns immune to death without restoring HP.
Return to the origin of life.
Ignar casts skill. All ally gets 15% normal attack damage each turn, regardless of their color. Fatal Blow on Thor now. Ignar's execution happens at start of turn, so we can't see execution effect on this turn. Mu casts skill and deal Fatal Blow on Naya +5. All ally gets Fanatic. Can Ignar execution works when he is unconscious? After we move stone, we can see how execution works. Please focus on Thor.
Return to the origin of life.
What we can see from Ignar's execution. 1. Execution happens after all enemy cast skill, not before the enemy casts skill. 2. Execution can trigger even when Ignar is unconscious. Thor +1 immune to death is last turn now. Thor +1 is executed. Ignar's execution does not require him to cast skill at the moment the enemy HP is less than 20%. Just need him to cast skill and making sure the enemy HP is below 20%. HP after all enemies cast skill on the next turn. If enemy has good healing skill like Aaliyah and Isadora, they will likely to interfere with the execution as their skill is casted before execution triggers, and enemy might not be below 20% HP after that. Ignar's execution can happen every turn as long as he has Lava Judgment active. Ignar +1, his execution ignore death immunity. Now he can execute enemy. 1. Even their death immunity has triggered. 2. Execute without the enemy or their ally has the ability to restore HP when getting Fatal Blow. Ignar +1 also increase all ally normal attack damage 8% each time they cast skill up to 10 stacks. This has no turn. Now let's see Ignar +1 in action. Ignar +1 is good to pair with Mesenket, who can deal a lot of counterattack damage, and Ignar can trigger his execution after they cast skill, and their HP is reduced to below 20% from Mesenket counterattack. Ignar has cast skill and his Lava Judgment will start next turn. Lumen Break casts skill and counterattack damage from Agony reduces Naya HP to below 20%. As execution only happens after all enemy cast skill, Naya is executed now. Naya +5 is executed, but her Fanatic to all enemy when she gets Fatal Blow will still apply. Let's continue to see the showcase. Agony gets 4 stacks of normal attack damage, which is 32% from Ignar +1 Awakening after ally casts skill 4 times.
Return to the origin of life.
Let the roses show the true time.
Now Terran +3 HP is below 20% and Ignar Lava Judgment is still active. After Connect Stone and he will be executed. In skill description it says execute can only trigger 1 time each turn. Is it true, and what is the sequence like if more than one enemy is below 20% HP? In this showcase we'll show you the answer.
Return to the origin of life.
Both Amir +5 and Rosamia +5 are below HP 20%. Let's see what happens. Yes, only one enemy gets executed, which is Amir. The more left side enemy gets executed first. Then the next turn Rosamia gets executed. We have talk about enemy who has good healing skill can interfere with Ignar execute. How about enemy who can heal each turn? Can they affect the execute too? Shi Wangmu Power Protection can heal enemy lost HP 8% for 2 stacks every turn, if enemy is less than 4 colors after she casts skill.
Return to the origin of life.
Ignar cast skill and Lava Judgment active. Remember to cast Ignar skill first. If you foresee you can execute enemy and getting stunned like this showcase. Agony HP is 402 now. Will he gets executed? Agony first gets healing of 1500 and 1400, but his full HP is 29,000, which is still below 20% HP, and hence he gets executed. However, Shi Wangmu HP now is 3723 2053 now. Will she get executed next turn? No, she gets 2500 healing, and plus the remaining HP. Now she is more than 20% HP, and execution happens after healing. Hence, Shi Wangmu does not get executed. Ignar weapon gets shield for 5 turns and normal attack damage 40%. Ignar +0/+1 is not a damage dealer. This weapon is not good for him. You may give him a shield weapon to protect him. Ignar main use is his execute ability. His execute mechanism is different from Aurelia's execute mechanism. Ignar's execute trigger on beginning of turn, after enemy casts skill, and after enemy gets healing. If after all this enemy HP below 20%, execute trigger. Execute trigger only on one enemy, from most left first, then to right. Cannot execute more than one enemy each turn. Ignar execute can still happen even Ignar is unconscious. Overall, in PvP Ignar execute is more superior than Aurelia. In PvE event like Tower of Illusion, Sky Road which players want one turn to finish the enemy, Aurelia execute is more useful. Besides execute, Ignar also can increase normal attack damage up to 75% for +0, another 80% for +1 for all of his ally. You may consider to use Ignar with Agony plus Shi Wangmu to fight against enemy with less than 4 color. However, the increased normal attack damage to all allies should not be the reason you get Ignar. Recommendation: Ignar +0/+1. Free to play and budget players. If your main color is red and has good red team to damage the enemy and ensure mana is sufficient by having hero like Freya +1 or Guan Yu +1, it is good to get Ignar and aim to get Ignar +1, this banner or future banner. Otherwise, skip this hero. Just like Soul Link, so far in game there is only 3 color get Soul Link heroes. Another color besides red and yellow might get another execute hero. So if your main is not red, you can be patient and wait for execute hero for another color in future.